Welcome to Idaho Today. I'm Melissa Paul. She's a local runner with a powerful purpose. And this fall, she's taking that mission to one of the biggest stages in the world. Boise's own Ainsley Roberts is heading to New York City to run the marathon. Running is not just for herself, but she's also doing it for everyone affected by blood clots. So she joins us now to share her personal journey and why she's raising awareness and funds for the National Blood Clot Alliance. Ainsley, it's so good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
So excited.
So you are adorable, by the way. You have
Thank you.
such awesome energy. Ainsley, start by telling us what inspired you. What is your why, the reason that made you want to run the marathon?
Yeah, so I've always been super into running and fitness and being active, and I had participated in a couple races throughout college, and at the start of my senior year at Boise State, I was preparing for my very first marathon when I was diagnosed with multiple pulmonary embolisms,
Oh my goodness.
which are blood clots in your lungs. Yes, so very scary,
Wow.
life-threatening condition. I was hospitalized and was rushed into emergency surgery, and then was on blood thinners for 3 months following that. So the recovery was both really rough physically and mentally, but I continued to run and really use that as an outlet throughout my recovery.
Yeah, to help you heal.
Yes, exactly.
Heal inside and out.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
Yeah, 'cause like you
absolutely.
mentioned, the physical, mental recovery, you really needed that
Yes.
outlet, if
Yes.
you will. Okay, blood clots, that is scary. So an
Yeah.
athlete, a collegiate athlete at
Yes.
that.
Yes.
What were your symptoms?
I didn't really have any, which was really scary and something that I feel like I really want to spread awareness about because it's not commonly talked about.
Okay.
And being myself, I was 22 at the time. I was training for a marathon. I was super, super healthy.
Incredibly fit.
Yeah, incredibly fit at the time. I had no symptoms. And so mine actually was, they related it back to my hormonal birth control at the time. And so that's another thing that I really want to spread awareness to other young women specifically. Just ask questions and educate yourself and ask,
Yes.
yeah,
and know your family risk too, because
Yes.
there's a lot of times people don't know the history of their family, truly. And so then when you're prescribed anything,
Yes,
knowing how that might actually impact you.
absolutely.
Oh, yes, like you said, do your research and know.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but I want to know though, so you were a runner, you were running.
Yes.
How did you end up though in the hospital with the diagnosis? What led you to that?
Yeah, so I had one day I was just nannying, normal day, and I had really bad abdominal pain, and they ended up, I went to the ER, I was like, something's not right.
Yeah.
And after hours of screening and blood work and tests, they found a perforated stomach ulcer, which was not related to the blood clots, and so it was kind of a blessing in disguise that they had discovered that, because I would have probably run the marathon with the blood clots and I probably wouldn't have made it. So
No way.
Yeah.
So it was a stomach ulcer.
Yes.
Ultimately then that led to the discovery.
Discovery,
of.
yeah.
Otherwise they wouldn't have even known.
No.
Okay, all right. So let's talk about the National Blood Clot Alliance though, because that is what you're running the New York Marathon on behalf of, correct?
Yes.
Helping raise awareness and also raising funds. So tell us how you aligned with them and what do they do?
Yeah, and so I had always been really interested in running a major marathon, and for those that don't know, you either have to run with a charity or you have to qualify. And so at the time I was like, oh, I really want to run the New York Marathon, it's just so amazing. And I saw that the National Blood Clot Alliance was one of the sponsorable charities, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so perfect. And so I reached out and they were like, yeah, well, we have spots on our team, and so there's 15 of us running for the same cause, which is really amazing. And there's some of us that are survivors and then others that are running for those in memory of people that they've lost. And yeah, it's really an incredible charity.
Yes, and tell us really quick about the funds that you're raising though, because you know, the awareness, we're
Yes.
talking about it right now.
Yes.
The funds, I imagine, go to the Alliance,
Yes.
right, to help continue that education platform to make sure people are aware of their risk and how to prevent blood clots or to save lives. So how do we get involved? How do we follow you? Fill us in. We're super excited for you.
Thank you. Yeah, so 100% of the proceeds will go back to the charity, which is
Okay.
amazing. And so my goal is to raise $5,000 to get my bib, so my number for running day, in order to run. And so you can follow me on my Instagram, and I have my fundraising link in the bio with my story and all my information. And then if you're even just more curious about the charity itself, you can go to the National Blood Clot Organization and all the information is there as well.
Wonderful. Okay, and I know we're sharing your Instagram handle too.
Yes.
Where you had mentioned there's information there, also online at the website. So we got to get you to 5,000 so you can get your bib and you can run.
Yes.
In honor of and in celebration of those who survived too.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And then also we're sharing your QR code to make it easier for all of you at home. Just take your smartphone, scan that. It'll take you right to where you need to go to make those donations to get Ainsley to the New York City Marathon. Ainsley, thank you so much for sharing your story, raising this awareness. And we are so glad to see you thriving. You are adorable. You are absolutely inside and out. You just have such energy, and I cannot wait to see you at the New York City Marathon.
Thank you so much.
Stay in touch too as you continue to run and do all the things that you do. Everyone.